strongly flung, never daunted, by gesture of tracery traced with a wand dabbled white. I summon the spirits of earth from the gloom they have for ages have haunted. Of woman of deep red skin, carved hair, like the teak, oh delight. Of my soul in the hollows of earth, how my spirit hath taunted. Away! I am here. I am laid to the breast of the earth in the dusk of the night, by palm and pagoda enchanted. Ahab, Part 1. The polished silver flames me back, dominant brows and eyes of bronze, curling beard of vigorous black, and dusky red of desert suns burnt in my cheeks. Who saith me nay? Who reigns in Israel today? Samaria in well-ordered ranks of houses stands in honored peace. Sweet nourishment from Kenah's banks flows, and the corn and vine increase. In two-pitched fields the Syrian hordes fled broken from our stallion swords. Ay me, but that was life. I see now, from that hill, the ordered plain, the serried ranks like foam flung free, long billows flashing on the main. Past the eyes grip their legions roll, anguish of death upon my soul. For sheltered by the quiet hill, like two small flocks of kids that wait, going to water ere the chill blow from the east's forsaken gate, lie my weak spears, O trembling side, a fear false-faced and shifty-eyed. God, how we smote them in the morn! The ravening tides rolled back anon, as if the cedared crest uptorn roared from uprooted Lebanon. Down to the sea its billows hurled, back past the pillars of the world. Ah, that was life. I feel my sword live, bite, and shudder in my hand. Smite, drink, the spirit of its lord, exalting through the infinite brand. My chariot died with Syrian blood, my footmen wading through the flood. Aye, that was life. Before the night dipped its cool wings, the hosts were stricken. Like night itself before the light, and 100,000 corpses sicken the air of heaven. Yet some by speed escape our vengeance, ours indeed. Fate, the red hound to Ethic followed, some 27,000 died, when the great wall uprising hollowed, its terror crashed upon its side. It whelmed them in the ruin, strife, strength, courage, victory, that is life. Then by my father's beard, what seer promised me victory? What sage now in my triumph hour severe spits out red oracles of rage? Jehovah's. The fanatic churl stands, see his thin lips writhe and curl. Because thou hast loosed the kingly man to uttermost destruction's dread, in my almighty power and plan, appointed, I will have thy head for his, thy life for his make mine, and for his folk thou hast spared, slay thine. But surely I was just and wise. Mercy is God's own attribute. Mercy to noble enemies marks man from baser mold of brute. To fight the swordsman who would shirk, to slay a captive coward's work. I have loved mercy, but he said, nor bade me slay the Syrian chief. Yet my head answers for his head. My people take his people's grief. Sin, troth, to spare one harmless breath, saith all my innocence earn death. By timely mercy peace becomes, and kindly love and intercourse of goodly merchandise, that sums contention in united force. Praise who, relenting, showeth pity, not him who captureth a city. A wild, strong life I've made of mine, not till my one good deed is done. Aye, for that very deed divine comes the fierce mouth of malice on. So grows my doubt again, so swell my ancient fears for Israel. I hurled Jehovah's altars down. I slew and I pursued his priests. I took away from Zidon town. I gave his temples to the beasts. I set up gods in graven shapes of calves and crocodiles and apes. Myself to sorceries I betook. All sins that are did I contrive, sealed in the Thorah's dreadful book. I live, and like my life and thrive. Doth God not see? His ear is dull, or his speech strangled, his force no? Nay, verily, these petty sins, his mercy and long-suffering pardon, what final crime of horror wins, and last his gracious heart to harden? What one last infamy shall wake his anger for his great name's sake? Is there one sin so horrible that no forgiveness can obtain, that flings apart the bars of hell, for which repentance shall be vain? Aye, but there is one act of ruth done in my rash unthinking youth. Who ponders if I hold the scale poised in my deep, deliberate mind between the weight
There's power in the word no. At University of Phoenix, there's no application fee, entrance exam, or obligation to enroll. We'll even request your transcripts at no additional charge when possible. We believe higher education is for anyone, so we're making it accessible for everyone. Discover the power of no at University of Phoenix.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Save up to 23% by bundling your home and auto with us.
Yes, I think so. I had the same question, Jed. There you go.
Muslim, a Jew, or a Christian.
What's the problem? I don't think that exactly. You're right. Well, what is the problem with that if a Jew and Christian maybe go to heaven? Like, what's the meaning? You become an anti-Semite or
To record my eye, and my eyelash is gray. Who's here?
He's of Zidon's ball and Judah's god, each in his kind, a god of power, each in his fashion, the hideous foeman of compassion. The blood alike of man and beast, the worship of each god's demands. All priests are greedy.
Like, I work for a hospital.
Gold and feast, pour from the poor folk to their hands the doubtful power from heaven to strike the levin bolt they claim alike. I take no heed of trickery played by cunning mad Elijah's skill, when the great test of strength was made on Carmel's melancholy hill.
Oh no.
And on the altar's stone the lyre cried water, and poured forth Greek fire.
I wouldn't recommend
And while the fools hear heavenward even as he prays, to see the skies vomit the flash, his furtive sword fast to the flinty altar flies. Woof! The wild blaze shows the clods Jehovah is the God of gods.
On the blunt? I heard that gives you
Nor do I set peculiar store
I wouldn't mind
by
trying.
tricks twin born to this they show, when with well simulated lore of learning balls great hierarchs go into the gold god's graven shell and moan the ambiguous oracle.
Hello, Wisdom. Wisdom, your mic is on.
In my own inmost heart I feel deep as a pearl in seas of end, vision keen as tempered steel, lofty and holy as the wind, brighter than the living sun. If these be gods, then there is none. Baal and Jehovah, Ashtoreth and Chemosh, and these Elohim, life pandas and the brothel death. Cloudy imaginings, a dream, built up of fear and words and woe. All my soul must overthrow. But these are devils, nothing doubt. Yet naught should trouble me. I see my folk secure from foes without. Worship in peace and amity. Baal and Jehovah, sex appeased, by peace assured and wealth increased. Yet am I troubled. Doubt exists. Absolute proof recoils before me. Truth veils herself in awful mists, and darkness wakens rolling over me when I approach the dreadful shrine in my own soul of the divine. And what cries laughing Jezebel? Golden and fragrant as the morn, painted like flames adorning hell, passions and mysteries outworn, ever enchanting, ever wise, and terror in her wondrous eyes. The fascination steals my strength, her luxury lures me as she comes, reaches her length against my length, and breaks my spirit. If life succumbs, a nameless avatar of death, incarnate in her burning breath. I know her gorgeous raiment folded in snaky subtle draperies, all stalwart captains mighty molded to lure within her sorceries. Within her bed, and I who love, see, and am silent and approve. Strange, who shall call the potter knave who molds a vessel to his will? One if he choose, a black-browed slave, one if he choose a thing of ill, writhing, misshapen, footless, cruel, one like a carved Assyrian jewel. Shame on the potter heavy sit, if he revenge his own poor skill that marred work by lack of wit, by heaping infamy and ill on the already ruined clay. Shame on the potter, then I say. But what cries laughing Jezebel, scornful of me as all her lovers, more scornful as we love her well? Good king, this rage of doubt discovers the long-hid secret. All thy mind a little shadow lurks behind. Hers are the delicate sorceries in black groves, hers the obscure obscene rites and dim moonlight courts, the wise dreadful occasions when the queen, like to a bat, flits to gloat, blood drunk upon a baby's throat. Therefore, all doubt, the fierce unrest between that knowledge of self bestows and leaves of poem and palimpsest, scrawled sacred scrolls whose legend goes beyond recorded time and founds its age beyond all history's bounds. Therefore, all search for truth beyond the doubtful canon of the law, the bitter letter of the bond, given when Sinai shook with awe, they swear, all wit that looks aslant shamed at the shameful covenant. Therefore, this brooding over truth, she much averse, cuts short my day, steals love and laughter from my youth, would dye my beard an early gray. Go forth to war. Shall Judah still set mockery to thy kingly will? Maybe. I often feel a ghost creeping like darkness through my brain, sense like uncertainty at most, no wise akin to fear or pain, yet it is there. To yield to such and brood will not avail me much. Ho! Harness me, my chariot straight, my white-maned horses fleet and strong.
Very well, Goober.
No, I just... are you going to answer what I asked you, or are you just...
Evidently not the way you want me to answer it, but go ahead.
Well, no. Like, if I was a Christian and someone said, who created Lucifer? I'd say God, right? Because Lucifer's an angel. God created angels, right?
Yeah, but
So
the room's not big enough. People want to go, okay, tell us about the Trinity. People don't get it. Even you.
That's right. Yeah, I don't think you get it either. Yeah.
All right, I'll go down.
Okay, if that's how you want to play it. All right, well, this is Christianity for Dummies. I'm a dummy. I don't understand Christianity and didn't want to explain anything in a rational manner. So I will wait for more people to come in and teach me how to believe in Christianity. So far, Joe's been up here, Tim, and I asked her why she's still a Christian after being in all these rooms. She said because of faith. And then she said that she's had NDEs, and that's kept her in the faith. And I asked her why God lets her get so close to death. She said because the devil creeps in, and she was naughty. And then I said, who is the devil? And she said, Satan. And I said, and who created, is Satan Lucifer, a fallen angel? She said, yes. And I said, who created Lucifer? And she said, he's a fallen angel. And I said, well, who created Lucifer? She said, he's a fallen angel. I go, I know, but if I was a Christian, I would just say, God created Lucifer because he creates angels, right? She goes, all right, well, I'm going to go down now. So that's what's happened so far.
That's too bad. Would have been a fun conversation to have.
Hi. Hello. Have you been having fun listening to these people explain themselves, Ozan?
Which people?
All of them. In all of the rooms you've been in.
Some of them yes, some of them no. So it depends. Like, not all people are, make sense, but some do.
What do you think about free will? You think that free will has anything to do with Christianity being true or acceptable?
No, first of all, I don't believe in free will. But, it doesn't prove or disprove Christianity. Even if free will is true, it doesn't, say anything about Christianity.
Yeah, I agree. I still have yet to have a Christian explain why they keep throwing that in as their go-to claim. They just think that saying free will answers something, and to me it doesn't answer anything.
Doesn't answer anything, yeah. It's just answers the question: are we free in our choices or not? It doesn't prove or disprove Christianity. It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, usually I find people saying the word free will when they don't have an answer to why things are going the way they're going or why their religion doesn't make any sense, right? So if you ask them a question, it gets them kind of on the back foot and they're forced to critically think about what they claim to believe. That's when they pull out the free will card because they know that it's not going well.
Yeah, it's useless. It's useless claim to justify anything. It's not even proven. We don't even know if free will exists or not.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, the free will card is their trump. I was in a room earlier, this guy named, who was it? It wasn't Paul. It was this other guy. He's kind of a wimpy Christian, real whiny. He called it strength.
A fallen angel? She said yes.
Something strength and power or something.
And
I was
she
one
said
of the
he's a
first ones
fallen
in the
angel.
room, and I came up on stage.
And I said,
he was
well, who created Lucifer? She said he's a fallen angel.
The strength.
I go, I know, but if I was a Christian, I would just say, God created Lucifer because he creates angels, right? He goes, all right, well, I'm going to go down.
And I said, what does that mean spiritually? It means it's inside of us. It's in our hearts and all. So the kingdom is in your heart. And it just went from there. Very quickly, I got kicked because, just down to the audience. I just left the room because it was boring. But they didn't want to talk about logical entailments. I feel like these guys just want to say things and have no one question what they say. They just want people to accept the words that come out of their face.
It's imaginary thing.
And I get it. It's hard to defend this stuff. It's
Okay, this is called Ahab and Other Poems. Dedicace to GCJ, Pilgrim of the Sun.
It's linked to the bank, but
So what was the purpose of the visit?
That's the thing. So they just showed up. They're knocking on my door. They're gonna break it. Holy fuck, dude.
Are they got a fucking warrant? Have they got a warrant?
No.
Well, then how the fuck can they break down the fucking door?
They're just knocking the door. No, I'm not saying they're gonna actually break it, but they're knocking way too hard.
Well, fuck, are you being literal or figurative? Because just a minute ago, whatever, you said they were going to kick in down the door.
Okay, I'm clarifying. Okay, they're knocking way too hard. Okay, So, like, holy fuck, okay, I'm coming, calm down. So, like, I open the door. Before I even see two men, I see a badge like slapped in my face. And yeah, they're two police officers, and they insist that my name is Benjamin Omar. And Benjamin Omar is a black name, by the way. So anyways, I'm not Benjamin Omar, dude. And they insist that I am Benjamin Omar, and man, I am not Benjamin Omar. So I even got to my ID. Because they want
You're
to
a
know
dumb motherfucker. You just like identified yourself, and they had fucked you into identifying yourself.
Well, I'm thinking that
He doesn't get it.
Hold on. So wait out. So, they didn't really want my full name.
Nigga, you
They
should have
wanted my
just
first
played
name.
stupid, pretend you were asleep, unless they actually kicked the door in. And by the way, if they kick the door in, then the government has to pay to fix it.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't know.
Listen to me.
I didn't even look,
And you,
I
only
didn't
thing
look
you
at
ever
Luke.
fucking say to them is, have you got a warrant? Come back with a warrant.
That's right.
But I didn't even know that they're...
Be this thy script. The severing lightnings of the mind, a veil where soul and spirit slip, and the eye is blind. Paris, December 9th, 1902, Arundel. Like palm and pagoda, enchanted, overshadowed, I lie in the light of stars that are bright beyond suns that all poets have vaunted. In the deep breathing amorous bosom of forests of Amazon might, by palm and pagoda enchanted, by spells that have murmured and rays of my soul strongly flung, never daunted, by gesture of tracery traced with a wand dappled white, I summon the spirits of earth from the gloom they have for ages have haunted, of woman of deep red skin, carved hair, like the teak, oh delight, of my soul in the hollows of earth, how my spirit hath taunted, away, I am here, I am laid to the breast of the earth in the dusk of the night, by palm and pagoda enchanted. Ahab, Part 1. The polished silver flames me back, dominant brows and eyes of bronze, curling beard of vigorous black, and dusky red of desert suns burnt in my cheeks. Who saith me nay? Who reigns in Israel today? Samaria in well-ordered ranks, houses stands in honored peace, sweet nourishment from Kenah's banks flows, and the corn and vine increase. In two pitched fields the Syrian hordes fled broken from our stallion swords. Ay me, but that was life. I see now, from that hill, the ordered plain, the serried ranks like foam flung free, long billows flashing on the main. Past the eyes grip their legions roll, anguish of death upon my soul. For sheltered by the quiet hill, like two small flocks of kids that wait, going to water ere the chill blow from the east's forsaken gate, lie my weak spears, who trembling side, a fear false-faced and shifty-eyed. God, how we smote them in the morn! The ravening tides rolled back anon, as if the sealed crest uptorn roared from uprooted Lebanon. Down
was not even living here. That could be the case, especially since I moved out of Ontario into Quebec. So they want to verify, is this guy actually here or not? With my first name, they were able to verify. that is the most likely outcome, that it's illegal for them to do it otherwise, so they must play these games to do it. The second thing would be that it's the bank.
The sea, its billows hurled back past the pillars of the world. Ah, that was life. I feel my sword live, bite, and shudder in my hand. Smite, drink, the spirit of its lord, exulting through the infinite brand. My chariot died. Okay, this is called Ahab and Other Poems. Dedicacetus GCJ, Pilgrim of the Sun. Be this thy scrip. The severing lightnings of the mind veil where soul and spirit slip, and the eye is blind. Paris, December 9th, 1902, Arundel. By poem and pagoda, enchanted, overshadowed, I lie in the light of stars that are bright beyond suns that all poets have vaunted, in the deep breathing amorous bosom of forests of Amazon might, by palm and pagoda enchanted, by spells that have murmured and rays of my soul strongly flung, never daunted, by gesture of tracery traced with a wall. Oh, sorry, I'm listening to something, waiting for someone to talk to. What's going on, Dr. Don?
You just pinged me in here. You said you wanted to talk, and I was like, yo, am I going to have to listen to Alan Watts and, freaking everybody else? Actually, I would prefer meditations right now. I'm missing that.
Well, the point is, are you...
Even the Epictetus, stuff that you did, I was kind of down with some of that.
It's all the same shit. Marcus and Epictetus is the same stuff.
They're within the same philosophical group. I agree.
No, I mean, Marcus quotes Epictetus over and over again, so it's it's more of the same thing essentially. But it's
the fact that Socrates never wrote a book, but Plato and Aristotle did.
Yeah. It's a book. I mean, it's a book. It's in one book, but the point is, do you read it or do you just talk about it? That's the whole thing about clown houses. Everybody's just talking about it, but nobody's reading it. Everybody's smelling it, but not eating it. Yourself included. I've never heard you read it once.
Yeah. I on your old phone, I had rooms set up for it before it died and it got clipped. I had replays on, and I would sit there and read. I would read Zoroastrianism. I would read Marcus Aurelius Meditations. I would look up my Bible, and then somebody would probably come in and question me about the Quran, and I would be like, "What surah, are we reading?" So I could pull out my Quran and go into it with you, and we would sit there and read the Quran. So don't tell me that I haven't, put forth with, good information as I was led to understand the information, because that would not be a true statement, sir. It's not my fault that you forget because you put all the orange juice in your beer.
Sorry, man. I do not even like drinking beer without orange juice in it now. It just makes it so much sweeter. And
Yeah, and it only helps with hurting your gout.
Okay, Book Knock. Welcome to the ear emoji room with subscribepodcast.com.
and my friend Dr. Don.
And a man that thinks that he's more intellectual than everybody else around him, but I'd still kick his ass if I ever saw him in real life.
He thinks he's such an intellectual.
Dude, I would treat you like that motherfucker out in front of that bar that one night when you were out there preaching.
Which bar are you talking about?
The one when you walked outside. I believe you said you were wearing a black outfit and like, you know, you were outside the bar, you'd left, and the guy came out and then, like, you know, knocked your fucking bitch ass out.
Shoot, I just spit peanut chunks all over my phone. So I did a nice meditation this morning. It's very, very, I would say that it's like peaks and valleys or ups and then a down, but it's like, it's a vibration. Do you know what Kohutek is?
No, I do not.
Okay, hold on one second.
Kovotech?
Kohutek.
C-O-V-U?
No. Kohutek. I'll read it to you. This is the this is what it says.
Oh.
It says
fucking sound like some fucking English or European dumbass shit.
it says Kohutek is an energy. Scientists estimate that its radiance will excel Halley's Comet 50 times, its head to be 100,000 miles in diameter, and its tail to span 100 million miles in space. It will not appear again, they say, for another 80,000 years. Man in his history and myth has long associated the comet with the ominous power of the unknown. He has learned that they bring changes. Life after their fiery visitation is never quite the same. What is Kohutek? Why is it coming?
Dude, it sounds like
What
some
will bring
dumbass
it?
version of people trying to make extra on like the, you know, like what Kemet and then like, you know, who was Anunnaki. It literally sounds like people trying to just make like some like weird
This is an album.
like the Anunnaki.
This is music. This is from an album. This came with the record that I bought. It says the mystery of Kohutek is explored in spontaneous music, sound, and song on higher key records, first released by Father Yod in the
Please do
Spirit of
not
76.
play it for me.
Don't stay in the dark, Dr. Don. Kohutek is for you.
I do not want to be hypnotized. Dude, I literally just got back from the fucking flea market. Don't hypnotize me. Got 2 new guns, though.
Cool.
Yeah, especially consider that there's no record of them. You know, when you can buy a firearm and you walk away with it because you're walking up to the booth with a 9mm on your hip, and then you're doing it in front of a cop, like they're like, yeah, he's already got a gun. It's not like you're making the things more dangerous because you're giving him a gun. He's already got one. And dude, and like literally the cop was like literally teaching me to like, hey, he's like, you might want to take this scope off of this gun and put this scope on that gun and see if you can't make a deal for that. And I was like, you know what? That's a smart idea. I love America. I feel sad for you fucking Yankee folks.
It's a beautiful day here. It got kind of cold, but it's sunny outside.
I hate that show. Not a big Danny DeVito kind of guy.
With something is in my nose room.
So what's new, man? Like, you know, how's the weather up there? Because right now I got my back door open, my front door open, I got my heater off, and it's 74 degrees in the house on the thermostat. What's the weather like up there?
It's fucking cold. It's cold.
Man,
Cold and
bug
dull.
fish.
Cold and
I got it
dull.
all, dude. I got a pair of jeans.
Cold and dull.
I got my sleeves pulled back because there's not a cloud. Like if I was gonna fly a plane, today would be the day of. So, anywho, you got plans for your evening? You gonna go work out, or you gonna
Yeah,
do a date? What's going on?
gym and a date, but supposedly I have lunch at 2 with this girl. I gotta text her and see if we're still doing lunch.
Like mimosas and Belgian waffle.
No, like chopped salad and pizza with fig and arugula.
Yeah, totally gonna go with the mimosas and the Belgian waffle.
Yeah, maybe. It's a good point. Let me see if she texted me.
Well, I just like mimosas when it's an early day, like you're day drinking. Mimosas always, and you like orange juice, so champagne and orange juice. I mean, who doesn't love a good mimosa? And who doesn't like Belgian waffles with syrup and all their favorite fruits? I mean, am I stupid or am I dumb? Actually, I'm probably both. No wonder I ended up where I did in my life.
This chick's name is Denise.
All right, that's one strike.
What are you doing the rest of the day?
Fuck, I've got like 90 beers in the fridge if I want to sit around here and just get hammered. But I don't know. I'm probably like at 4:30, the mill pond that where I run every morning, and I go down to the mill pond. There's a restaurant there at where the loading dock is, and there's a bunch of that's where the lake is, Mill Pond Road. Because the restaurant used to be the mill, but they turned it into a restaurant after they closed the mill down. And that's just kind of where all the good old boy rednecky people go and eat, all fried food and clog all their arteries. But I'll probably go down there and maybe go fishing, throw a pole for like an hour and a half or two. I've got another 5 hours until the sunset.
You gonna read a book today?
I already did. I was in a room reading my Bible earlier.
Oh my God.
Well, you had people that wanted to put discrepancies between Judaism, Muslim faith, and Christianity. And I was pushing everybody to like Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through 3, talking about the covenant between Abraham and God, saying, leave the house of your father unknown and go to a land that I will show you. People that will bless you, I will bless. People that will curse you, I will curse. But through you, all families shall be blessed. And when I'm asking people, like, do you know when he left the house of his father, what his convoy looked like? And they were like, no. I'm like, do you realize he had like 60,000 servants when he left his father's house to go to where we consider Israel now? And they're like, so I was having to school them on some old school.
All right, I want to welcome everybody to the Dr. Don Show, produced by Now and You in the Subscribe Podcast.
But I hope I wasn't being off point from what I was.
Beaver, welcome to Dr. Don, published by you in Subscribe Now podcast. Thanks for coming. Dr. Beaver, is there anything you'd like to say to Dr. Don? Oh, the Beaver left us.
Dude, everybody knows my beard. There ain't nobody on this app, I don't think, that knows my beard, bro.
Do you wear the beard, or does the beard wear you?
I mean, I use, mane and tail, for making it nice and thick. So, I just condition it.
I told you the story when the girl came up to me at the bar and she's like, "I'll fuck you tonight, but not with that rat tail on your face." I took a drink of my beer and I looked up into the sky and I said, "God, I'm cutting this fucking rat tail off tomorrow."
Tomorrow?
I cut that shit off and I stuck it in a book. It's actually here it's somewhere in my apartment. It's technically like my lock from my beard. But like I was able to braid like my chin, and then that's what I cut off and saved. Somebody texted me they have the flu. I had to get a new phone, so I don't have any of my contacts anymore. 312. Let's see, who is that? Oops.
Did you hear what I said about the rat tail?
No.
I said in like 84, 85, I had a rat tail where you'd shave like each side of the back of your head down, but the middle strip, you'd let it grow really long, and then like little girls would like come up behind you in like 5th, 6th grade, and they would like braid your hair, and that was my rat tail. Like, it was a cool thing, and then I'd go hang out, 1987 when I was 12, and with my rat tail, I'd be like speed skating or shuffle skating down at the skating rink, listening to like, break dance music, like dum 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 boom 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 boom. We can, yeah. We'd listen to that shit all day. That was our jam. We get high on Coca-Colas and cheap ass pizza.
Cheap pizza.
Well, it wasn't as good as Chuck E. Cheese back in the day. Chuck E. Cheese done fell off. 1985, I had my birthday party when I turned 10. All my friends showed up. My mom paid for like 3 pizzas and all the sodas, and we got like $5 a piece for quarters for the fucking machines, probably cost her like $150. 1985, that was a lot of money.
Yeah. I know my mom gave me $5 once at the video arcade, and I was like, holy shit, $5. Oh my gosh.
I'm fucking balling.
I was like, my mom's never given she's only given me $1. Holy shit, I got $5 worth of coins.
See, the thing was, my mom was single, and then she would meet guys for dates, but she'd bring me, and then we'd be at a Pizza Hut, and I'd get my little personal pan pizza, and I'd use my little...
Well, the point is, are you...
Even I used to read books all the time.
Which it is, but I do think...
And they could sign off on your card for having read the books. If you read like 4 books, you get a free personal pan pizza. You remember the Book of Words Club at Pizza Hut?
No.
So she'd bring me there, be like, yeah, she was very successful at this point, at least moderately. And I was her kid that would, have these fucking they were bookmarkers. And if you read a book that was on the bookmarker and your teacher signed off on it, then if you got 4 of those books on that bookmarker, you would be able to turn it in at the Pizza Hut, and they would give you a free personal pan pizza. So she'd take me to the Pizza Hut because she knew I had like tons of those little like bookmarkers, and she, that was where she'd take me, and she'd hand me like 4 or 5 quarters, and I'd go play Galactica or Galaxia or Centipede, and then Mario Brothers came out. That was kind of fun. The original Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers. But yeah, you just grow up at different times in different ways. Just because I don't like reading out loud doesn't mean I'm stupid. I just don't like reading out loud. I do feel like you've always judged me by that. Like, oh, you could just read and you'll get better. And I'm like, bitch, I just don't like it. It's like you're trying to hypnotize me to do fucking something that I don't like. What, John? You're not there? Nothing to say?
I'm here. I'm meditating over here. I'm listening to you.
Nothing to say?
No, I mean, I would just say that's your opinion.
That's completely dismissive and non-congruent.
Really? That's your opinion right now?
Well, can you objectively tell me what information you're trying to tell me that doesn't have to be non-congruent and subjective? Didn't think so. Bro, most of your arguments are weak. Honestly, John, because like you literally think that you're a hard ass because you think you know shit. I think that I'm the smartest dumb person I've ever met in my whole life. But at the same time, you think you're the smartest fucktard that I've ever met. Vaya con Dios, mi amigo. And as they say in Germany, juice.
Oh, the Dr. Don show is over. Oh, Dr. Don, he ended his show. Dr. Don's show is over, Throbbing. Dr. Danton. Dr. Don. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, Throbbing.
Are they thinking this thing through? So religion, or whether it's politics or anything, it's more, again, what we just agreed on before. It's like this is square, and I'm getting a chance to say something. Look, I can get, and then sometimes you mod them. They just mod.
As we found her, so that's it. So I mean, I don't think. So what you're saying is I shouldn't even go to that police officer, and I shouldn't even talk.
Unless
But no, he was very helpful.
you have the right idea of the police, but the way that it's implemented is not that way, right?
Yeah,
So that's why
they want to fuck you. Some of them want to fuck you. I'm pretty sure, but I think their goal isn't to fuck you.
it's not that. Listen, you have to understand. So just like there's the government, and then there's people that work in the government. So yeah, the government doesn't want to fuck you.
Going on for 100 years.
It's a thing.
Listen, man.
People.
Palestinian Christians are not doing well under Islamic rule. I mean, the ignorance of this kid. He has a PhD in history. He's a genius in one topic. And on the subject here, he's a genius on the history of psychiatry and psychology. He's writing a book on it. He's teaching courses. He has a PhD. Mm-hmm.
But does he read Torah, Randy?
I know a lot about Freud, and I'd be interested to hear what did he have anything published already? Let's put a pin in that and come back to that. And I'll introduce you to him, and you guys can even talk. Okay. All right. I'm very close with him. But the point is, he a Christian? No, he's in D.C. He's teaching. He's doing his semester this year at our alma mater. We went to Wesleyan together. He's teaching there this semester. But my point is that you can be a PhD in one topic in history, and then when it comes to the Middle East, you're persuadable by one Palestinian Christian neighbor. And I think he's, in other words, it's our desire collectively in the West to be good people, to do the right thing, to be a good Christian, a good Jew, to be kind and understanding. That has been hijacked by a very violent, anti-Jewish ideology, and we don't even know it. We don't even realize what we're protesting for. But we're beginning to see it in Europe, and and it's there. It's there. You see cops fighting with them it's all over Germany. Those are violent fights if you follow it on Instagram and YouTube. So all I'm saying is that when Netanyahu said there's useful idiots, he was underselling it. They are really being duped. These American college kids are being duped in a big way.
They're sending an anti-Semitic task force to Northwestern University, federal.
Wow. I'd like to be on that task force. Honestly. Why are they anti-Semitic, John?
It's in the Sun-Times yesterday that the federal... I'll post the link in the chat.
He's saying it's a force to deal with.
I read the same thing. They're going to multiple campuses.
Wow. Whatever. You know what? It's not the obvious thing for me, but then again, it makes sense. If that's,
Don, how you doing?
It's got to be one of many, many things. You can't just do that, but that's a start. Hey, Rena. Rena, your this latest photo of you is
I was just gonna say the same thing, Randy. Rena, I was gonna text you, but Randy beat me to the punch. You look lovely. You look like a vision of summer.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Norma, Christian just left. I was gonna say, I'm on this issue with Christian on the app. That kid contributes more data to the app than most adults. All right.
Well, I'm still here, Scott.
I didn't see you, Christian. Sorry. I
What do
felt
you mean
like
by
you
data?
were.
How do you contribute data to the app?
He'll today at the room he was giving us budget deficit numbers and numbers of funding, and he was on the job.
I was doing what needed to be done.
Hey, Christian, if I could give you a compliment, you ain't stupid, bud.
Thank you. I've been told so that I'm not. I'm glad that I've came to the consensus.
You're no dummy, kid. All right.
Thank you.
Kid, I'll say.
Believe me, Randy knows dummy. Randy gets by the dummy. You remind me. No, this is. Come on. And now I'm just going to be doing movie dialogue. Kid, you got moxie. You remind me a lot of myself when I was younger.
Well, thank you.
Kid, if I could give you any advice, delete the app and run for your life. Go to a library, go to the gym. Don't talk to these fucking losers. It's a waste of your life. Fucking run, Christian. Fucking run.
Now before you get addicted to stuff.
Don't waste your fucking life. This is for older men who have nothing to do and want to talk about nothing.
Oh yeah. What about the women?
Like gladiator movies? Do you like gladiator movies, kid?
You say gladiator movies?
Yes.
I haven't gotten into them primarily. Why do you ask?
No, just making conversation. Doing movie
Christian.
dialogue.
Christian,
What's up, Randy?
do you like frog legs?
Did you just ask if I like frog legs?
Yeah, do you like frog legs?
Like, as a food or just in general?
Just, no, either way, just hop on out of the room, my friend.
All right.
All right, it's an old joke. Listen, on a serious note, what series is this quote from? Kid, you got spunk. I hate spunk.
Oh, that's a familiar line.
Lou Grant and Mary Tyler Moore.
That's very funny.
Yeah. It's the delivery. I know I kind of rushed it, but whatever.
All right, well, I'll
Christian,
head out.
you know,
No,
Christian, Quasimodo predicted.
Oh, don't listen to him. Stay.
Christian,
You're bringing
Quasimodo
You're bringing the
predicted
median.
this.
Hold on. You're bringing the median age down by at least 20 years. So
Yeah.
Bring the chicks.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not.
Christian, you know what they say?
Quasimodo predicted everything that's happening right now, by the way.
Quasimodo did? Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Does the name Quasimodo ring a bell? I'm glad.
It was terrible old joke. I almost forgot.
It's from Young Frankenstein. I think it was an old
Quasimodo ring a bell.
I think it was an old joke from Young Frankenstein. The truth, yeah, there's that old joke, like, how do you feel young? You know, hang out with older people. No, Christian, I do. I get it. I loved hanging out with older people. Honestly, when I was a kid, like, you know, a few years older, they were like the older brothers that I always wanted.
Yeah.
Christian, just delete the app, go to the gym, read a book, and forget about it.
I've already done all the above. And
Maybe he's on the app at the gym.
You notice it's always the heaviest people talking about going to the gym? It's really true. I had a friend, she was grossly overweight. But whenever I talked to her, she was always going to the gym or, you know, coming. I guess she thought that it used up calories just to talk
I
about
saw this tremendously fat woman today checking out at the grocery store. She had all these, like, you know, frozen vegetables. I'm like, you're eating so healthy, but how are you so fat?
Yeah. I know
you talk a good game. You talk a good game. There's no fucking way you went up and said that to her.
No, hell no.
Exactly.
I would imagine if you did, she would turn into like a huge freak out lady.
A lot of people have really weird theories about food. Like, they count their calories all day, and then it's as if what they eat after midnight doesn't count. You know, like, you know, I had McDonald's after dinner, you know, after midnight. People really,
Or on Shabbos, Randy.
Yeah. I mean, once I heard from another person's plate. Once I heard the word cheat day, that you can have a cheat day, it was all over for me. turns out I don't do cheat days once a week. I do them more than once a week.
Come on, Randy.
I know. Because I'm cheating. What the fuck? If you're cheating, you might as well do it twice.
Well, that is true, but if I may ask, what would you eat on your cheat day?
Oh, man. On Tuesday this week, I flew. So I went to the airport without having eaten much, and I really caused out. I really ate a lot of airport food, for better or worse.
Oh, God.
Then got on the plane and just...
Nothing you eat in the airport counts either, Randy. Airport food doesn't count.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm traveling today. It's a cheat day. You know?
But think about it. You're about to be up in the air. You're going to basically weigh nothing when you're up in the air.
I'm losing 3 hours. Come on, man.
If you
3 hours.
if you
Going
want
to California.
if you want to lose weight and look great, you got to rise your mojo. Your mojo has to rise in order to, bring the numbers down.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to go there. Fine.
Randy,
That's all right.
you're going to California, Randy?
Say again?
You're going to California, Randy?
I was just there for 2 days this week.
Oh, man, I'm going in March. I'm missing you there.
What cities are you going to?
March.
It is March.
What cities are you going to?
I'm going to, oh yeah, it is March. I'm going to LA and then maybe Northern California.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good
Yeah, I was just in LA, and that's my story.
Nice. Good luck in NorCal. Yeah, I'm going to go visit some of my friends and family there.
I know. There's a lot of
You are going to Tirangeles?
I'm 20 years ago, somebody told me there were 300,000 Persians in the LA area.
Yeah, there's like 250,000, 300,000.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of Armenians.
If you see a girl named Mojgan, tell her Randy says hello.
It's probably 25 Moshkans.
God.
Be a little more
I love the
specific.
name Mushkan. It's so pretty.
Sounds
Russian. Sounds what?
Russian, he said.
Oh,
no, it's Persian. Yeah.
We have this letter that's J. So we have names that start with J, have J in them.
Right. Hebrew
Like
doesn't
right now, I'm
have
gonna go
that.
see my hairdresser so she can cut my hair. She's my mom's friend. She's Persian. Her name's Jale. So, but people here call her Jale. They don't always know how to say the French